Hey guys, how's it going? Today I'll be doing a demonstration and review of the Food Party Hot Pot Cooker. And yes, I know this is a food appliance. I usually do reviews of electronics, but this time I'll make an exception because I actually use this device a lot. So I'm a huge fan of hot pot. I eat hot pot a lot, and I know you can usually cook hot pot just using a stove and a pot, but this time I wanted something a little bit more custom, a little bit more specialized, and for those times when I have a house party, then this is actually way more useful. So I got this off of Amazon for $100 US or $130 Canadian, and I'm just going to tell you guys what came in the box first. So, the box is too big, so I can't show it here, but this is basically what came in it. So you have the hot pot cooker itself. Now inside is the hot pot. You can't remove it or anything. It's built in. And then around here in the circle area is the grill. So you can actually use this as both a hot pot cooker and a grill. So that's why you have these two controls right here. It's very, very simple to use. The one on the left is for the hot pot, so you just turn it clockwise, to go to high heat and turn it on, and you just go counterclockwise if you want to turn it off. Same thing, this side is barbecue, so you just go clockwise if you want to turn it on, then counterclockwise to turn it off, go to low heat. Right, pretty simple to use. And this is the other things that came in the box. So you get the lid. So the lid actually comes disassembled, so you'll have the knob and all the screws and stuff separately, but you can easily assemble it. So they'll give you instructions and everything. So it's pretty easy to assemble it. You just screw in the knob and everything, give you the washers and everything. So they give you the lid, and then this is a tray that's mostly used for when you're using the grill. So it's used to collect oil. So you actually just slide it in here when you use the barbecue. All right, and then you get these. I guess these two stoppers here, they're actually used for plugging up this hole right here. So this is actually to prevent the oil and stuff from the food and grease from sliding into the device. So you have to actually plug this up. So I put it here when you're cooking it, and then you just take it off when you're cleaning it. And then it comes with these four rubber feet, which you have to put into the end of this bottom of this device. So it's not that hard. The bottom, okay, yep, so that one already, that's the feet, and yeah, so that's pretty easy. Comes with some extra feet too, and of course it comes with the power cord. That's pretty obvious, right? You need that to function. Then it comes with these two brushes right here. Now, I'm not exactly sure what these two are for, but I think they're used for cleaning, right? Because one downside of this hot pot cooker, from my experience using it, I really like it, but the major downside for me is just cleaning it. Cleaning is actually pretty difficult. Now, I don't have a big enough sink, and my dishwasher actually doesn't fit this item. So how I had to clean it is I actually had to put it into the bathtub and then scrub it from there. As that's basically how I had to clean it. So unless you guys have a big enough sink or a big enough dishwasher, for me I don't. So unfortunately I have to do it that way. So yeah, cleaning it is the only downside I would say of using this thing. Yeah, so basically you can use this brush to help with that. You can use it to brush off some of the extra grease, I guess, and some of the extra leftover food stuff here. So I guess that's what the brush is for. I'll give you two of those, and then it comes with a pair of tongs as well for grabbing food for the hot pot, very useful. And then of course the manual. So this company, or this brand, is called Food Party. I know, obviously it's Chinese. What other company can be called Food Party? Also comes with this thing. I'm not sure exactly what this is either. I guess you can use it to cover the grill or something like that, to prevent spills or something like that. I'm not sure. Maybe it's to prevent spills. I don't know. And then you get the manual here. So here you have this is just some warranty information. This is the actual manual right here. I actually highly advise reading this because it's maybe not so obvious what to do when you first get the item, but it'll tell you the assembly instructions as well. So it'll tell you how to assemble the lid and everything, and where to put the oil trap, and how to clean it, cleaning instructions and stuff like that. And I highly advise following these instructions, because when you're cooking food, it's pretty important that you cook it according to the way it's supposed to be cooked. Otherwise, you know, it might not taste good, or it might be bad for you. And then it comes with a recipe book as well. So you have some recipes here, and you can cook some breakfast. There's obviously Chinese hot pot, which is how I usually use it. But you can also make some Thai barbecue, tom yum. You can make sukiyaki, yakiniku. Then you can do Korean barbecue, right? There's all sorts of things that you can do with it. Korean hot pot, budae jjigae, Korean ribs. So yeah, all sorts of ways you can use this thing. So it comes with the recipe book as well. Alright, so that's pretty much it. Now I'm going to actually set up all the hot pot ingredients, and yeah, I'm going to set it up and show you guys how I'm going to use it to cook hot pot. Alright guys, so now I have all my ingredients for my hot pot night, and I'm going to tell you guys first of all why I love hot pot so much. So there's three main reasons why I love hot pot. The first reason is that hot pot is delicious, right? If it wasn't delicious, then why would I eat it so much, right? Yeah, so you know, I know I'm not the only one, but a lot of people love hot pot, and it just tastes really, really good. And you know, I'm a big fan of spicy food, and the numbing flavor from the spicy hot pot, we call it malatang, right? It's just kind of addictive, right? Even though I know that it kind of kills my stomach sometimes if it's too spicy, but you know, the deliciousness is worth it. So to me, yeah, that's why I eat hot pot so much. Number one reason is delicious. Second reason is that it's fairly easy to make. So all these ingredients you can get from your local grocery market or your local Asian grocery market. So for this, I think I got pretty much all of it from my local Asian supermarket. So yeah, for Canada it's called TNT, but in the US I know there's some Asian supermarkets out there like 99 Ranch. You can get these. So yeah, fairly easy to make, and you can get the soup bases. The hot pot soup base is actually the most important thing, right? Because this is what makes the hot pot and gives the flavor. So you can definitely find these in Asian supermarkets. Yeah, I don't think regular grocery stores will have these, but you have to go to an Asian supermarket. If there's no Asian supermarket near you, then I think you can get these off of Amazon as well. So yeah, number two reason is that it's fairly easy to make. Third reason is that it's good for you. So most of the food that we eat these days are processed, you know, like burgers, hot dogs, french fries, things like that, all processed food, right? Even sandwiches can be processed. So I think hot pot is actually fairly healthy, right? Because all this food is very natural, it's all fresh, right? All this is fresh meat, fresh vegetables. So I think it's actually good for you. It's pretty nutritious. Everything, you know, fresh vegetables and meat, and yeah, I think all this natural flavors, you know, you know, obviously you're making it yourself, right? So it's not processed or anything. So no artificial stuff going on here. So I think definitely hot pot is definitely one of the healthier options that you can eat as well. So that's the number third reason is that hot pot is healthy and good for you. So yeah, that's why I love hot pot so much. And if you buy a hot pot cooker, I think this one, why would you buy it instead of like normal pot on the stove? Well, main reason would be that it's sort of convenient as well. You don't have to always stand by your stove all the time. You can put it on the table and you can eat from here. But I think the main reason also, this pot has two sides to it, so you can put like one side spicy, one side mild, or you can put like two different flavors. You can put like one side tomato, one side like spicy, or you know, mushroom flavor or something like that. So you have two different flavors. So this is a special pot made for hot pot. So that's probably the second reason. And then another reason is just if you have a house party, right? You have multiple people over. You have another person, third person, fourth person. You know, you can gather around, and then this will make it easier for people to eat together, right? So hot pot is kind of like a communal thing. It brings people together. So this is a really good way to do it. You can have some of your friends over, right? And it's fairly easy to eat using this device in this style, right? And especially you can have hot pot and grill at the same time. So you can have Korean barbecue and hot pot going on at the same time. And actually you can also layer out the meat like this, so it'll be easier for people to put the meat into the hot pot as well. That's something you can also do if you're not using the grill. So that's it guys, and also I want to go over all my ingredients, why I picked them. This is just my personal recommendations for the ingredients for hot pot. Obviously, everyone's tastes are different, right? So let's start with the hot pot soup bases, okay? So there's a lot of different hot pot soup bases on the market right now. So this one is very famous. It's called Haidilao. So Haidilao is a very famous hot pot restaurant chain that's originated in China, but now it's all over the world. You may have a Haidilao near you if you live near a big city. So this is typical spicy soup base. I usually get the spicy kinds because I love spicy, but they also make all sorts of different flavors as well. You know, vegetable flavor, vegan flavors, or vegetarian flavors, and mushroom flavors, mild flavors, whatever have you, seafood flavor. So anyways, what I think about Haidilao is that their hot pot bases, or their spicy hot pot bases, tend to be pretty spicy. So for that reason, I would not eat this on just, you know, if you have a weak stomach, I wouldn't recommend it. This is just for people who really like spicy hot pot bases, then Haidilao is probably the one for them. But if you can't tolerate spicy very well, I do not recommend that. It's pretty spicy usually. And then we have Laogama. So Laogama is actually well known for the chili sauces. This is a company well known for chili sauces in China, but also makes all sorts of other products as well, including hot pot soup bases. So I guess if you like the Laogama chili flavor, if you like the flavor of her spicy chili crisps or the chili sauce with black beans, which is what I usually get, then you'll probably like this hot pot soup base as well. And this one's one of the cheaper ones as well. And then there's a lot of other ones as well. I only have 3 right here to show you guys. So this one's the one I usually get, the Little Sheep. So I actually highly recommend Little Sheep. This is probably my favorite. And the reason is because although it's a little bit more expensive compared to the other options, but Little Sheep generally makes pretty inoffensive hot pot soup bases, I would say. Like, it's not like their spicy ones especially. I really like their spicy ones because it's spicy enough, right? So it's not too spicy, but it's spicy enough. And generally, it doesn't offend anyone, right? So it's not like the Haidilao where it's like super spicy, or other hot pot soup bases like Liu Shou is another example, where I think is a little bit on the too spicy side. Whereas Little Sheep has it just right. And they also give you a little bit more ingredients in here as well. So they give you like the Sichuan Lajiao peppers, like the red peppers. They also give you like the black Huajiao peppers, and they give you the red chili oil and everything. So they give you those ingredients in separate packets, whereas the other ones usually just give you one packet with everything kind of mixed in. So I think that's why Little Sheep generally costs a little bit more, but I think it's worth it. And yeah, I personally prefer their spicy flavor, but they also have like mushroom flavor, tomato flavor, mild flavors as well. Yeah, but definitely Little Sheep is my favorite. Unfortunately, I already used this one up, so I can't make this one tonight, but I do have another Little Sheep one. So this one, I'm probably thinking about using, which is this is technically not a hot pot soup base, it's the Mala Xiangguo one, but I have some leftover Sichuan chili peppers from this one, so I'm probably just going to mix them and see what happens. So I'm probably going to use this one because I do crave Little Sheep, right? I think it's definitely my favorite. So I'm going to try out the Mala Xiangguo. I think this one will probably be the closest to the spicy one. So the reason I don't have that one is because my local supermarket ran out of Little Sheep spicy hot pot soup bases. Right, too bad. It's a shame. So this is the closest one that I could pick up from the market, right? Is this one. It's the closest one I can pick up, so this is what I have to use tonight. And you know, we'll see what happens actually. But yeah, Little Sheep definitely my favorite, personally my favorite brand for hot pot soup bases. And they're also a restaurant chain as well. You can find them if you're in a big city, I think, as well. So they're pretty spread out, just like Haidilao. So those are the hot pot soup bases, which are like the most important part. Then for the vegetables, I'm gonna show you guys what I picked. So first of all, and go over what I have here. So bean sprouts, you know, bean sprouts pretty typical hot pot ingredient. So I have that here, you know, pretty cheap, easy to find, easy to get, works very well in hot pots. And then I have tofu skins right here, or tofu puffs, that's what they call them. So you can also use just frozen tofu, fresh tofu, fried tofu, right, tofu skins. But I like the tofu puffs the best because they're like a sponge. They absorb the flavor of the hot pot the best. So I highly recommend the tofu puffs. And I really like mushrooms. So the 2 mushrooms I like the most for hot pot use is the shimeji mushroom, the brown shimeji mushroom particularly. I'm not sure, like they have a white one as well. They're pretty similar, but I just like the brown one a little bit more. And the enoki mushroom. So these are my two favorite mushrooms. Reason is because they're small, so it's fairly easy to just pick some of the parts from the mushroom up from the hot pot and just eat it without having to, without too much hassle, right? Because some of the bigger mushrooms, like the oyster mushrooms and stuff, are kind of hard to eat, or even the shiitake mushrooms, right? It can be a little bit harder to eat in the hot pot because they're so big. So you have to get just a small portion of them. But these ones are small enough, so I think they work really well in hot pot. So the brown shimeji mushroom and the enoki mushroom, I think, are two of my favorites for use in hot pot. All right, and then I have a few kind of unorthodox choices for hot pot ingredients. So I use kimchi. So the reason I pick kimchi is because in a lot of hot pot restaurants, they already have bok choy and they already have cabbage, those kind of materials already, or ingredients already. And for me, I was like, well, kimchi is cabbage. It's Napa cabbage, so why not, right? And kimchi is already good for you on its own. So when you put it into a hot pot, well, it should be even better for you, right? At least that's how I think. So yeah, I have some kimchi here. It's an unorthodox ingredient. Most hot pot places are Chinese, so they don't have kimchi normally. But hey, they have bok choy and Napa cabbage, so I thought, why not just put kimchi in as an ingredient? And then this one is really interesting. I actually put baby corn in my hot pots, and baby corn is not a common ingredient. If you go to some hot pot restaurants, they probably don't have baby corn on the menu, but I really think that they should, because personally, this is one of my favorite ingredients to use in hot pots, and I don't think a lot of people know that. Baby corn, if you put it in the hot pots, it actually soaks up the hot pot flavor really well, and it's also very easy to pick up because it's in bite-sized pieces, right? So I think baby corn is actually really good in hot pot. And that's what I would recommend as well. It's not a regular, usual ingredient that people use in hot pot, but personally, I like to use it. So baby corn as well. So yeah, some other vegetables that people like to put in that I recommend are lotus root, right? That's really good. Chinese lotus root and Chinese wood ear. These are all pretty much Chinese ingredients, but you can find them at the Chinese supermarket. People also put in like corn on the cob, right? You can just break it up, of course, into smaller pieces. So yeah, there's a lot of good ingredients that you can put in a hot pot. So those are vegetables. And then it comes to the meat. Now, I'm actually not like a big seafood eater. So a lot of people like to put seafood in a hot pot, right? Like they put shrimp, fish eggs, fish balls, stuff like that, or fish meat, right? I don't put any of those in. I'm not like a huge seafood fan. So for me, it's mostly going to be lamb, pork, and beef, right? So here I have lamb shoulders. So lamb is a pretty common one to put in. I also like pork as well, so pork belly, pork shoulders. Some people put spam in, which is also pork shoulder, so that's a nice one to put in as well. And then for beef, I have here some Angus certified beef. So this is what I'm going to use here. Personally, I like ribeye the best, right? I think that's the best cut of beef to be used in hot pot. And then for the barbecue side, you can also use like brisket, flank, maybe sirloin as well. So if you're doing Korean barbecue, there's more pieces of beef that you can use, more cuts of beef that you can use. For hot pot, I tend to prefer either chuck or ribeye. But yeah, these are pretty premium cuts of beef. In the U.S., you can actually get more premium cuts of beef. So in the U.S., you have access to American Wagyu and Kura pork and stuff like that. If you go to just your local Asian supermarket, I think I saw some at 99 Ranch last time I was in California, from Snake River Farms. So you can definitely get those. But in Canada, this is probably the best that we can get is certified Angus. But this is probably what I'm gonna have tonight. It's probably gonna be good enough. All right. So that's all the meat and vegetables. Then gotta get with the noodles. So personally, I prefer udon. So this is frozen udon. Frozen udon is good because it's very fresh, right? Compared to any kind of processed flash fried noodles. But you can also put those in as well. So a lot of people like to put in ramen, even instant ramen, right? They can put that in their hot pot broth as well. But personally, I prefer udon. I like thicker noodles. But yeah, you can use ramen, you can use soba, anything. So yeah, for the noodles, that's what I have. And oh yeah, quail eggs. A lot of people like to have quail eggs as well. But I think those tend to be a little bit expensive, so I don't have those. Alright, so for dipping sauces. Now, Dipping sauces all depend on people's preferences. And there's all sorts of ingredients that you can use for hot pot dipping sauce. So these 5 are my personal favorite, also my recommendations as well. So first, you gotta have a soy sauce, right? So this is the organic Kikkoman soy sauce. This is one of my favorites. I also like Yamasa soy sauce if you can find it. But yeah, you gotta have soy sauce for one of the dipping sauce bases. And then I have the Laogama Sichuan Chili Crisp. This is pretty popular among the Asian community. So this one, if you haven't had it before, the Laogama Spicy Chili Crisp, basically what it is it's kind of like a blend of, it's not exactly like pure chili sauce. It's like a little bit spicy, but it's not too spicy. But it also has a lot of umami flavor in it and some crunchy flavor in it. So there's some pieces here of like crisps, right? So it's just, I think it's onions, yeah. Onions and shallots and stuff like that. So it's very, very addictive to eat. When you put in anything, you know, it's not too spicy, but has a lot of umami, a lot of crisp. And I also use this a lot for my dipping sauce as well. So I highly recommend this one, Laogama Spicy Chili Crisp. And then of course I have the, this is the Hoi Fong Chili Garlic Sauce. So this is the same company that makes the famous sriracha sauce. But they also make chili garlic sauce and sambal oelek as well, both of which can be used for a dipping base because they're basically chili sauces. So if you want your food to be even spicier, you can put this in your dipping sauce. And then I have some rice vinegar. You put a little bit of this as well. This is Maruchan rice vinegar. So usually just put a little bit, but you know, nice to have some vinegar as well for some extra different flavors, right? And then finally I have sesame. This is sesame oil, right? For the extra little, what is it? It just gives you that like little extra on top, right? I can't describe the taste of sesame oil. It's just a different flavor, right? And you don't need too much of it, you just need a little bit of it, and it just adds that little extra on top. So that's what I recommend for the dipping sauce. Alright, and then of course, for eating hot pot, especially spicy hot pot, I recommend having a beer with it, right? So normally, because hot pot is usually eaten in Chinese restaurants, we have Qingdao, and Qingdao is like the most famous brand of beer, of Chinese beer in Western markets. But today I decided to go with the 1664 Blanc Kronenberg. This is one of my favorite beers, so I'm going to go with this tonight. And it's really nice to have a beer when you're eating hot pot, especially spicy hot pot, because you're going to have the spicy flavor enter your body. You're going to need something to refresh your body to cool it down, right? So that's why I recommend beer is like the perfect partner for a hot pot night. So yeah guys, that's it. Now I'm going to prepare the ingredients and start heating this up. Alright, so we're ready to start boiling the soup now. And for this hot pot cooker, I just want to put a disclaimer here. It takes a while to boil. So I would say it takes about like 20 minutes to boil. So you better start heating it up before you actually start putting anything in. So I'm going to turn it on to high right now. And I'm going to start putting the soup base stuff in. Now like I said, it's kind of a shame that my local supermarket doesn't have any more Little Sheep hot pot soup base. So I have to make do with the Mala Shangguo soup base, which should be sort of similar, right? So again, just to reiterate, Little Sheep actually is one of my favorite hot pot soup bases, and it actually comes with a lot of stuff. So it comes with the hot pot soup powder, it comes with the chili oil, so it actually comes with these packets, right? Chili oil, the Sichuan peppers, and the this was the powder, but it also came with the small black peppers as well. So all of which are pretty important in a spicy hot pot. So let's see what the Mala Shangguo gives us. So this one isn't quite the same because it's all like mixed together. It doesn't give us as many packets as the hot pot soup base. But it looks like it's kind of mixed together into one, right? So this is kind of how other hot pot soup bases do it. They kind of just all mix it together into one, which is, you know, fine. It's not as good as having them separately, but this is what we'll have to make do with. So I'm going to use both of these. Of course I'm eating alone, so what can I do? I'm just going to make them both for myself. This one for this side. Alright. And then this one for the other side. wonder what they're going to taste like. And I do have some Sichuan Lajiao peppers I can put in as well. This is actually from my previous Little Sheep hot pot soup base, so I'm going to put some in here. So when I'm talking about Sichuan peppers, actually guys, yeah, this is what I'm talking about, these red ones right here. These are the Sichuan Lajiao peppers. So this is what the Little Sheep spicy hot pot soup base came with. And put these ones in. Still have some left, of course. I think I also have some huajiao peppers as well. It's maybe too small to see though. So they're different peppers, but there's also these small black ones as well. Maybe I can show you guys a little bit. Okay. Yes, so I don't think you guys can see this very well, but there's like a small black pepper here as well. And this is all called huajiao peppers, and this is also what the Mala Tong uses. They use several different kinds of peppers. The Sichuan pepper is just one kind of pepper, right? There's a lot of different kinds of peppers they use. So yeah, but the Sichuan peppers is the main one that gives the Mala numbing flavor. They call it numbing spicy, right? So native to Sichuan, Chongqing. Okay. Another reason I like Little Sheep is because they're actually Mongolian, and most hot pot chains actually come from Sichuan or Chongqing. But the ones that come from Sichuan and Chongqing are a little bit too spicy for my taste. And like I said, if you have a weak stomach, you got to prepare yourself for that, right? So whenever you eat like Haidilao or Liu Shou, for example, then the next day I got to be prepared to go to the bathroom, right? Because my stomach just can't handle that level of spiciness like that well. Of course, I love spicy food. But that's the level where you know you're going to be in for a world of hurt the next day, right? I mean, it's delicious. I like to eat it. But just you got to prepare yourself for it, right? Because you know the next day you're going to feel a little bit of pain. But Little Sheep is generally okay. The mild one is okay. The mushroom flavor is okay. And the spicy flavor is also pretty okay. It's not that spicy. It's spicy enough, right, that it has a flavor to it. But it's not so spicy that the next day you're going to be like in pain and stuff. So for this reason, I really recommend Little Sheep for house parties and stuff, because you don't know how well the guests are going to handle spiciness, right? I mean, most of my friends can handle it, but I don't know like how much they can handle it. So I don't want to just throw a Haidilao onto them, right? So for that reason, I just like Little Sheep because generally it's acceptable to most people. So that's why I usually go with this one. But let's see how this one turns out. Looks like it's gonna take a while, so it's gonna take 15-20 minutes to heat up. So like I said, it takes a while. Alright, I'll leave that there. Alright, I'm actually going to use this food tray. Alright, and I got my dipping sauce all set up. This is my, I have some Lao Gama here, spicy chili crisps, some soy sauce, and some Maruchan vinegar in here. So I'm going to use this as my dipping sauce. And of course I'm going to use the certified Angus as my meat today. And these are my vegetables. Gotta have the tofu puffs, the bean sprouts, udon, and baby corn. It's classic. Alright, and we'll just wait for this to heat up. Gonna take about 15-20 minutes. Alright, so while it's heating up, I'm actually gonna start adding the vegetables and noodles in because they actually take a while to heat up. So for the meat doesn't take very long, so I can wait for that to boil first, and since the meat is very thin, it cooks very quickly. But for the vegetables, I can actually put in first because I can see that it's about to boil. Well, vegetables, actually, it's going to take a while, and the noodles too. The udon's going to take a while too. So I'm going to actually start putting this in. soften it up. And the baby corn. Yeah, tofu skin, bean sprouts, why not? Gnocchi. Okay. Now we'll leave that to cook for a few minutes. Actually, I should have used this. That's what this is for, the tongs. Okay. Alright, that looks pretty good. Alright, I'm going to start. This is now started cooking. Love that mala smell. Okay. So yeah, this is the reason why I recommended tofu puffs, because they just soak in everything, right? They soak in all the mala flavor. Enoki mushroom is also really good, also soaks up a lot of the flavor as well. And actually kind of reminds me a little bit of string cheese. I mean, it does kind of look like it, right? Kind of like string cheese. You can kind of peel parts of the mushroom off. So enoki, that's why I also like enoki mushroom a lot too. And baby corn, like I said, also absorbs the flavor very well. Where did it go? Disappeared. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, there we go. Baby corn. Yeah, baby corn also absorbs the flavor very well. And, oh, it's really hot. Alright, so for the meat doesn't need to be cooked very long. Okay. Alright, so here's some certified Angus going in. Right. Now, this grill around this area, right, you can also use this for Korean barbecue, obviously. Some pictures or if you have a house party over, you can actually layer out the meat like this and just put them around the circle, and then people can just, yeah, you can just like put them here, right, and then people can just like put it in. But for me, because I'm just eating alone right now, I don't need to do that. And actually, if you just layer the meat around here, and I'm eating by myself, I actually won't have time to get to all of them in time. The heat from this hot pot will actually start to cook the meat around here, and then it'll start to overcook it. So if I don't get to those in time, right? So that's another reason I'm not going to layer it out. I mean, sure, it looks nice and everything. And if you have a house party and stuff, you have people around, you know, all eating together, that's fine. But if I'm eating by myself, I'm not going to do that, right? So that's why I'm not doing that. But yeah, some pictures you might see of this food cooker, yeah, of the hot pot cooker. Some people might be putting layering meat in around here, around the side, and that's totally fine for a party and stuff. It's just when you're eating by yourself, it's not really good, because that meat will actually cook if you don't eat it in time. So yeah, I only need the meat for like a few, less than 30 seconds actually. Not bad, very good. Very good. So yeah, again, if you live in the U.S., you go to your typical Asian supermarket, they might actually have American Wagyu Kuraburra pork from from farms like Snake River Farms or D'Artagnan, some of those kind of sellers. We don't have that kind of luxury in Canada, actually. If we want to get American Wagyu or even Japanese Wagyu, or Kerr pork or Berkshire pork, we have to actually order it from a butcher shop, right? We can't just go to a supermarket and buy it. This is unfortunate because it would be nice to try those out too. Oh. Oh, the baby corn. Oh man. Holds in the hotness so well. Oh yeah, another vegetable I forgot to mention is okra. So okra actually works surprisingly well in hot pots, even though it's not that common to put in hot pots. Again, it's kind of my idea to try some of these vegetables. I just had some okra laying around and I put it in. But when you can put in okra into a spicy hot pot, it actually soaks up a lot of the spiciness as well. But since okra has a unique flavor in itself, once you eat okra like in a spicy hot pot, you can get like almost every flavor out of it, right? It'll taste like spicy, it also tastes sour, it also tastes hot. Like you'll get a whole bunch of different flavors out of it. Not everyone likes it, but personally, I think it's pretty interesting taste if you put okra in a hot pot. So that's another one I recommend as well. And again, like lotus root and wood ears and stuff like that, also recommended as well. Baby corn is the secret. That's my secret ingredient. A lot of hot pot restaurants don't even have baby corn on their menu, but they should because it actually works really well in the hot pot. Alright, here's the udon, all nice and cooked. Okay. I'm gonna try one of these tofu puffs. That would have just soaked in a lot already. Wow. Okay. Mmm. Oh, wow, flavor. I'm gonna soak it in more. Whoops. Jesus. Yeah, since I'm eating by myself, this is okay. If I'm eating with other people, I wouldn't actually dip it back in. Hmm. Very good, very good. Yeah, and I like Little Sheep flavor because it's not too spicy. It's just the right amount of spiciness. Right. The other some of the other Sichuan and Chongqing hot pot soup bases are like a little bit too spicy for me. All right, gotta have the beer, right? That's very refreshing. Yeah. So if you have hot pot and you have beer together, that's like it's perfect because you have the spiciness from the hot pot is kind of like cleansing your insides, and then you drink the beer and it's like a refresher, right? It's very similar to if you go to like a Korean spa or Japanese spa, and then you go to the cold pool first, right? And then you go to the hot pool later, and that kind of cleanses your body, right? Because if you go to like the cold one, the hot one, it kind of refreshes you more. I remember actually my most refreshing experience is when I went to Osaka. I went to a Japanese spa, and it was in winter. It was in December, and so the cold air was coming in from the outside because they didn't have any roof or there's no ceilings, right? They had some vents, and then I could feel the cold air, but I wasn't cold because I was in the hot water, right? So basically my body was warm, I wasn't cold, but I felt the cold air just coming over me, right? And it felt really, really refreshing. So I think something about our bodies, we like it when we have that contrast of cold and hot, right? It actually is more refreshing. So that's why you go to a spa, you go to the cold water and then you go to the hot water after, it refreshes your body. Then when you're eating, if you eat something hot like this, it's good to pair it with something cold like a beer, and then that kind of refreshes your body more. All right, enoki mushroom going in. And it's like string cheese, like I said. You can just like strip it off the mushroom. Start stripping pieces off. I know. Yeah, here's the hua jiao I was talking about. So yeah, it's very, very tiny. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's very tiny. It's kind of like a black peppercorn, right? I think it is a black peppercorn actually, but yeah. In China, Chinese we call it huajiao. So you get that in addition to the Sichuan red peppers as well. Mm. Slip some more in. Ooh, that's just like oozing hot pot sauce out of it. Yeah. Enoki shimeji holds in the hot pot sauce very well. It's almost like a sponge as well. That's why I like it a lot. Whereas if you have bigger mushroom like an oyster or a shiitake, it doesn't hold in as well. And also it's harder to eat. It's not bite-sized. For a hot pot, you always want to have bite-sized pieces. Especially when other people are around, right? It's easier to eat. Alright. Hold on. And more gnocchi. That's good. Then we gotta have some more meat. And of course you can also use this for like shabu shabu, sukiyaki, which is very similar to hot pot, Korean hot pot. Of course this is a grill, so you can use it for Korean barbecue, right? A lot of different ways that you can use this hot pot cooker. And it's not just for hot pot, right? I mean, there's a bunch of different uses. You can even use this just as a regular pot for boiling stuff, even. If for some reason you want to boil stuff in two separate, you want to separate them, then that's what this would be for. Yeah. Very nice. This is decently marbled, right? Certified Angus. Not quite up to American Wagyu level, and of course not the Japanese Wagyu level or Korean Hanu level, but Certified Angus is probably the best that you can do just from American beef. Yeah. Of course, whether you want to call American Wagyu or American beef is also up for debate, right? Because technically American Wagyu is also American beef. It's just, it's Angus crossbred with Japanese Wagyu. So, technically it's also American beef. Which is a little bit weird, right? They call it American Wagyu, because literally that means American Japanese beef. American Japanese, alright. Don't want to leave the meat in too long or it overcooks. You kind of want to just do this similar to shabu shabu. Yep. They're good. Yep, very nice. I think this hot pot cooker, like I said, the only thing I don't like about it, probably just the cleaning up, but it works pretty well, I think. If you want to have the more authentic hot pot experience at home, this is what you would do. Invite a few friends over. So basically what you're seeing right now is not the full potential of this hot pot cooker. To show you the full potential, I would have to invite some friends over and have like a house party, which is kind of hard in the COVID times. So anyways, this video is just to show you a little bit of the potential of the hot pot cooker, right? I'm just making hot pot by myself, which is a little bit sad, but but ideally you would have, you know, a bunch of people over, your friends over, and some guests. And then you would sit around the table and you would eat hot pot together. You can also use a grill, or you can use this one, the ring around the side for meat and stuff. So that's when the full potential of the hot pot cooker comes in. Right. This is not really the full potential, but I am showing you guys just how I'm using it by myself. Yeah, so definitely, even though I'm not using the official hot pot soup base from Little Sheep, it still works pretty well. This Mala Shangguo soup base. Put some of my own peppers in, and yeah, still tastes pretty good. Pretty good. And again, not too spicy, just spicy enough. Just perfect. Here, let's meat. Alright guys, anyways, that's it for the video. I'm not gonna, do a mukbang and just have the entire video be of myself eating. I'm just gonna stop it here, but I hope that's enough to show you guys some of the potential of the Food Party hot pot cooker. And obviously you can use it for hot pot. Even I'm just using it by myself right now, but ideally have some people over. This will be a lot better, and also you can use the grill as well. I didn't use the grill yet, so. Alright guys, so anyways, that's the Food Party hot pot cooker. I've just shown you guys a little bit of the potential of the hot pot cooker, just me eating hot pot by myself. But obviously, to get the true potential of this device, you need to invite a few people over, have like a hot pot party, and then everyone can just enjoy it, and you can use the grill as well. I haven't used the grill yet, but I think overall, if you love hot pot like I do, if you eat it often enough, or you like to have house parties, and you want to have an easy way for people to participate in eating at house parties, then this is probably the way to go. So yeah, that is the Food Party hot pot cooker. In my experience, it's pretty good. Works pretty well. You can get $100 from Amazon, or $130. Sorry, $100 US dollar. Sorry. So you can get this from Amazon for $100 US or $130 Canadian. And yeah. Basically, the only thing I don't like about it is the cleaning up afterwards. But actually using it works pretty well. Works pretty well. And of course, I put in both spicy flavors, but ideally you can have several different flavors, because your guests might not all like spicy, right? You might have some guests that can't eat spicy, so you might have like a mild flavor, vegetarian flavor right here, and then like a spicy or a beef-based flavor right here. So. Could be a few different ways that you can use this thing. So anyways guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. I don't do these food appliance reviews very often, but this time I felt like I had to, because I use this device a lot actually, right? Because I eat hot pot a lot, love hot pot, and I intend to use it at my next, I intend to use it at my next house party. So we'll see how that goes. So anyways guys, as always, thanks for watching.